Hello, it's Phil at digitaldjtips.com with the Behringer CMD Studio 4A DJ controller to give you a quick review of today. Now, this is a decently sized controller, a little bit shallower, but about the same size as something like the Tractor Control S4. And the construction actually is quite similar. It's plastic, but with this faceplate being made of metal, it's got a kind of punching above its weight kind of feel, literally, because it's quite lightweight, just like the Tractor Control S2 and S4 in that respect. It is, however, extremely efficiently priced, about $199. So I mean, that is, you're getting a lot for your money there on first glance. You can see compromises immediately. There's no microphone input on this. There's no external inputs at all. There's only RCA outputs, and although there's two pairs, they don't do anything different to each other. They're both just master outputs that you can control by the main volume control. And there's a few really niggly emissions on the top surface as well. There's no gain on the channels, which is the biggest emission on the feature list. However, think back to that price. Look, you're getting a big controller here. It's got two full effects units. It's got two full channels, switchable, A, B, C, D, so you can control 4 decks with this. The knobs are very nice. The faders are long throw. The jogwheels are big 6-inch jogwheels. Crossfaders, a bit scratchy, but quite nice. These faders are nice as well. Overall, you know, for the money, you can't fail to see how much you're getting here. By the way, it's mains powered, so there's an outlet power transformer power socket there which you need to use it, and when it's all lit up it does look rather nice as well. Lots of LED feedback, 8 hot cues per channel. It's on paper pretty good value for money, and it should give a lot of controllers at this price point a decent run for their money. But let's plug it in and have a look at it and see if it performs as well as it looks. So I'm going to talk you around the control surface of the CMD Studio 4A. Two large 6-inch jog wheels which have got metal with plastic edges, which allows you to scratch on the top of the jog and to nudge on the edge. So the tune playing, we can speed up and slow down like this, or we can scratch like this. The scratching control is alright, it's not brilliant. There's a bit of a delay when you do anything. Also, if I was to spin it quickly and stop it, you'll hear, let's pause it, and I'll spin quickly and stop it, you'll hear the music plays on after I've stopped it. I don't want to see that, I want it to stop when I tell it to stop. Also, if it's playing and I do a spin and then hold it, remember the top surface is meant to stop the music playing. You see the delay there. And the latency is set low on this controller, so they're alright, but look, if I spin it and I want to stop it at the end of the spin by touching it, the music just carries on playing. I don't like that. That's not the best jog wheel performance. It's okay for queuing, it's okay for general day-to-day DJing. If you want to scratch on it, it's a non-starter. So let's move on to some more fun parts of the controller, some parts that are done better. This long throw pitch fader works pretty well. About to a 20th of a BPM is its granularity, which isn't too bad. Big buttons here for switching the decks from A to B. Key lock, of course. Effects units here. They look standard, but actually they're not. They're not that standard. This control here is for wet and dry. And this control here is for the individual effects, kind of how quickly it cycles with the beat. So currently we have a flanger and it's set on full. And the more we move it around, the more it cycles to the beat, the LFO basically. This one here is a transform. The transform doesn't cut in and out particularly fast, which is a bit weird. It kind of makes it sound a bit woolly. And this one here is a delay. It's actually one of my favourites, this. So by using the wet and dry and the delay together, you can get some nice effects. And so on. Other effects, I've got some lined up on this deck. Let's just see what we've got over here. We have the phaser on this one here. Again, the knob controls the speed of the modulation rather than the depth of the effect. The depth of the effect is here. Here I have a low pass filter. Again, this is cycling, so you haven't got any knob to control the intensity of the filter. It's just cycling with the BPM. Slightly annoying that there are no filter controls on the controller because it has a filter in the software, but there's no standard filter in the controller. And this is a bit crusher. So that's the effects areas. There is looping here, pretty rudimentary looping per channel. And there are really generous hot cues down here. There's normal cue, play, pause and sync, but the hot cues, 8 of them, easy to see when they're set. And then you delete them by holding delete and pressing the one you want to delete like that. So nice hot cues. They're not, you wouldn't cue joggle on these, they're quite hard knobs to press, but nonetheless there's a lot of them there, which is good. Here down the centre there are the usual EQs, but nice to see there's some kill switches. Kills are always creative, they're always nice, they let you basically cut tone in and out in a way that you can't do with knobs. And I like them, it's nice to see them included on here. Now let's just have a look at the VU meters here, which are very responsive. There's lots and lots of different bars on them, so you can see clearly what's going on volume wise out of the controller. And I think I've just about talked you around everything I want to talk you around on the control surface, other than to say it's controlling Deckadance DJ software. Pretty non-standard choice, but actually reasonably powerful, especially if you upgrade the software to the full priced version, which you ought to do with any DJ software that comes with a budget controller, because you get so much more functionality. Here, for instance, you get the ability to record your sets, something big missing from the software as it's provided. Gain controls are the biggest miss here. I would love to have seen some gain controls included, as I said in the introduction. But overall, for what you get, it's a nice surface. A shame the jog wheel control is only average, which does let it down somewhat. Hopefully they can improve that in some better mappings, maybe for other software, or even a better mapping for this software at some point. So there you have it. The Behringer CMD Studio 4A, not a perfect controller, but what it is great value for money. If you can put up with slightly less than perfect jog wheel performance, and you don't mind the lack of gain controls, and you don't mind it coming with software that is non-standard, then it's a good way of spending your $200. Maybe add in another Behringer controller, because I have a really good value range of modular controllers now as well, and you're going to end up with a pretty powerful overall DJ system that's maybe got samples on it. Maybe you use your extra controller to break out some of the special functions that Deckadance has that other software doesn't have. It'll give you, you know, for like half the price of a Traktor Control S4, you can have a really nice, distinctive little DJ setup. Competition, Denon DJ MC2000 is my favourite controller down at the budget end, although it costs a bit more than this. The Newmark Mixtrack Pro is always a good competition and better jog wheel performance from those. But definitely it's going to take some sales off all those controllers and some others down at that end of the market. It is the Behringer CMD Studio 4A, reviewed here on Digital DJ Tips. And there's a full written review over at digitaldjtips.com. Thank you for watching.